Yes, sir. We are live. Now you can start. So,
All right.
okay, sir.
Good evening to everyone who have joined in today in this YouTube live session. We are here from IMT Ghaziabad. My name is Dr. Nihar Amoncar. I lead the PGDM ExP program, which is the PGDM formerly known as the PGDM Executive Program, now currently renamed as the PGDM for Experienced Professionals, which is the accelerated 18-month full-time residential program that we run at the IMT Ghaziabad campus. So this program has been recently re-energized, revitalized and repackaged. And one of the few things that I'm going to talk about is what is it that we've done to sort of reinvigorate this program, and who should apply for this, and who is this beneficial for, and how is it that IMT Ghaziabad can play a role in your career elevation, and how it can help you to achieve roles within aspirational companies and help you, climb new heights of success in your professional career. So, formally, as I said, this program was known as the PGDM Executive, and it was a 15-month program that we used to run here at IMT Ghaziabad. Extremely successful this program was. For the last consecutive years, I think last 2 years, we have clocked 100% placement. We did very well. Some of the statistics that I can give you is this year, for example, the highest CTC that we had was 40.8 lakhs per annum. The average CTC was somewhere around 21.5 lakhs per annum. We, for example, that made sure that we made sure that our students, whoever were a part of this program, got an excellent ROI, and and the recruiters, ensuring that all 100% of our students are placed, ensured that it tells you a story that the recruiters and the industry is accepting this program, and our alumni are doing extremely well in the industry. So, however, this year, because of AICTE regulations, we felt that there was a need to re-energize this program, refresh the program. One of the reasons is because the industry environment is very dynamic. The needs of the industry, the requirements of the industry are changing quite frequently. For example, one of the things we are seeing is that the technology and management as two different subsets are coming increasingly closer, and they are overlapping more and more. So the kind of skills and knowledge and abilities that the industry expects from the graduates today is much different from what it was even, you could say, 2 or 3 years ago. So by the time we were getting familiar with what the fourth industrial revolution means, we had to get used to the idea of the fifth industrial revolution. So with the pace at which the industry is changing, with the pace at which technology is driving changes in businesses and business models, the managers and leaders of tomorrow also need to keep up to speed when it comes to these changes. And if the industry has to change, if the professionals have to change, then obviously the change needs to be brought about by academic institutions such as ourselves. So IMT Ghaziabad, which has a legacy of 40 years in higher education in India, and is definitely one of the leading B schools in the country. The onus is on us to recognize what the industry needs and to make those changes to our curriculum and ensure that whatever our students study, when they go out into the industry, they can immediately make a meaningful impact within the organizations that they will be joining. So with this philosophy in mind, we made several changes to this year's program, beginning with the rechristening of the name. So the PGDM Executive was done with, and we called it the PGDM ExP, which is the PGDM Experienced Professionals. So and the name is such because the entry criteria is that you need to have a minimum of 5 years of work experience to get into this program. The second thing that we did was the duration of the program was 15 months, but now because of the AICTE regulations, because we are AICTE approved and this program is AICTE accredited and as well as AACSB accredited, in order to remain compliant with these mandates, we had to increase the duration of the program from 15 months to 18 months. And also that meant the number of credits went up from 73 credits to 109 credits. So if you see, the program now packs a lot of power. It is becoming even more intense than how it used to be, and but it's all for the good, because it makes sure that once you're a part of this intense program, the moment you complete this program, you are rest assured that you have you are equipped with the right kind of skill sets and the mindset to do well and succeed within the industry. So that's how we started changing this program. So I'll give you a few highlights about the curriculum. So, as I said, today the field of management is increasingly informed by how we leverage technologies in order to make managerial decisions, make strategic decisions. And right from the shop floor or the plant to the CEO office, technology is playing more and more enabling role. So we had to enrich the curriculum in terms of its technology-driven content. So, for example, if you see an executive program is traditionally a more general in its nature, but today having technical skills is also a generic requirement of every aspiring leader of tomorrow. So, for example, we included courses like business analytics, workshops like data science, artificial intelligence, and machine learning, the fintech workshop. We included digital business transformation as a core course. We have emerging technologies in business as a core course. So a lot of technology-driven courses were brought into this curriculum, keeping in mind that despite we will be focusing on management and business, we need to know how is it that technology is influencing the day-to-day lives of customers, but and also that of our organization. So there's a added emphasis on how technology is changing the world of business and management in this program. That's one. The second thing that we did with this program is that today, particularly post pandemic, what's happening in the business world is there is, there was always uncertainty, but now there's not just uncertainty, but there's anxiety within the industry. The industry is slightly brittle in nature today. It's anxious, it's nervous, because uh, it is not easy to predict what is going to happen anymore, and the pandemic taught us that, which meant that business and management leaders had to, rethink how is it that they make decisions. So you are now going to make decisions with less and less clarity about perhaps how the environment is going to change. So none of us saw the COVID-19 pandemic come, and but we all saw the effects that it had, globally. For example, it disrupted the supply chains all over the world. Till today, even after tasting some success in terms of economic recovery, we are still seeing sectors such as automobile, etc. We are facing a shortage of certain components, and this is caused by the disruption of the global supply chain. So, leaders of tomorrow are not only expected to make decisions, but they are expected to take informed decisions with less and less clarity. So, how do you do that, right? And technology plays a big part. So, technology is an enabler. Technology helps you perhaps make more informed decisions. It helps you forecast more clearly. It helps you develop more clarity about how the future can probably shape up, or how is it that you need to develop new capabilities and competencies as an organization in order to survive this brittle, anxious, nervous, and uncertain future. So this meant that the kind of courses that we brought in this in the program, they had to focus on the realities of today. So when we designed the strategy courses or the leadership courses that are there in this program, this was the very thought that our professors had in their mind, that we need to create leaders of tomorrow who are conscious of what effect their decisions may have, but at the same time they are not afraid to take bold decisions, which because it is very important for leaders today to take bold decisions in order to take their organizations forward. So this is the kind of philosophy that went into designing the strategy and leadership courses that went into this program. So I'll give you an example. One thing that we have included in this program, is something called as a strategy lab. So a strategy lab is something that it's very rare to find this kind of a course in Indian B schools. But what we do here is we take a live problem, or that the industry is facing, and we turn it into a consulting project, and we make our students work on it. So what you're doing is you are applying your knowledge in real time in order to solve a real problem, and the consequences are real as well. So you can see the impact that your decision is going to have. This kind of pedagogy, which is known as experiential pedagogy, is the underlying principle of this program. We are trying to, we have tried to create a curriculum wherein, more and more courses use this experiential pedagogy, wherein you are exposed to real problems within the industry rather than some abstract problems that academics can think of. And that has meant that the kind of assessments that we have designed in this program have also been very innovative. So we have tried to do away with traditional exams as much as possible. People now have to work on writing management reports, writing consulting reports, doing presentations, developing live case studies, going and solving problems within the industry, doing boardroom presentations. These kind of innovative assessments have been brought in because assessments, one part of it is to learn, to measure whether you have learned well, but also it needs to be consistent with what you're going to do in the once you rejoin the industry. So the consequence of this has been that the program has come alive, and there's a lot of learning by doing that happens in this program. So we follow, for example, at the program level, the philosophy of transformative learning theory, which says that all the good B schools in the world use this philosophy. The theory says that adults learn the best when there is an element of application, peer learning, and reflection. So as I said, using live projects, we create that application orientation in the classroom. The peer learning happens because we have when we have our cohort, executive program cohort at IMT Ghaziabad, we make sure that it is a diverse cohort. So not only in terms of gender diversity, but in terms of people coming with different ranges of work experience, right from 5 years of work experience to 10 years of work experience. We make sure that we mix people from different industry, diverse sectors, different kinds of roles. So when you sit into the classroom, you're not just learning from the professor, but you're actually learning from your peers as well. And that enables the peer learning aspect within the classroom. And the third part is reflection. So we focus a lot on enabling our students to reflect on their learning journey. Because when you reflect on what you have gone through, that is the time the actual learning happens. That, okay, how could I do things differently? How can I do things better? If I get a chance to do this in the future, how can I improve upon this? So that's when the continuous learning attitude develops. So this is the underlying crux of our program. So as I said, we've increased the technology focus in the program. We've made sure that the strategic and the leadership orientation in this program is consistent with the business environment that we find ourselves in today. So these are some of the key highlights that I can say the curriculum has undergone. Besides that, what we have done is, the last 3 months of the program is you will be doing a management research project or a strategic consulting project. So depending on your choice, you can opt for either one of these. So my management research project is something that is categorized as a work-based learning. So if you, for example, get placed by that time, and you join your organization, you will be actually doing an action research project on your organization. You will be working on a live problem within your organization, and that's how you'll be writing a report on that. Or you can opt to take up a consulting project wherein you can work with one of our centers, which is called the Center for Enterprise and Business Improvement. It is the consulting arm of IMT Ghaziabad, wherein we get a lot of consulting projects from the industry. You can take up any one of these projects which aligns to your interest and career goals, and you can work with faculty mentors in order to do that consulting project. A lot of times, these consulting projects also mean that we partner with the consulting companies or former consultants who come into the classroom and actually train us in terms of how we deliver consulting projects. So this is the another unique aspect that this particular program has, that it allows you to develop critical thinking ability, structured problem solving ability, So I know that a lot of, well, in fact, most of the executives who are a part of this program, they would have had, a taste of academia quite some time ago, at least 5, 6 years ago. So we make sure that the moment that you transition back into the classroom, it's a very smooth transition. There's a lot of support for you, to come back into academia and make sure that you get the most out of the program. The third thing I would like to say that the program really helps you do is we have a very strong placement focus. So, as I said, last 2 consecutive years we have done 100% placement. It's a testament to the success of this program. The fact that the industry is accepting our graduate also means that we are delivering the right content. We are training the students in the right manner. So keeping and how we do that is not just provide you services such as we provide you something called as a bundle of career services, wherein we help you map your profiles to aspirational roles that you might want to tap. We help you build your resumes in such a way that you can transition your career or fast track your career elevation to the next level. So we provide you access to experts who will work with you in order to align your CV with your career goals while you develop new skills and abilities via this program. And there's also, another thing that really sets this program apart is its alumni mentorship series. So we have over 15,000 strong alumni IMT Ghaziabad, many of whom are senior leaders, across organizations all over the world. And what we try to do is we try to bring back our alumni and help, and ask them to mentor our executive students so that you can identify the kind of role model who is ideal for you, and they help you in one-on-one conversations in terms of how you can achieve your career goals, or what is it that you need to do in order to achieve the kind of role that you aspire to. So this kind of support along with the academic content is something that really sets the program apart. Besides this, we also have something called as the contemporary issues in management series, which is driven by our corporate relations and placement cell. This is about bringing senior leaders from the industry into the classroom. So I know that many of you will actually probably leave your job and take a plunge into academia, but we never let you lose taste of industry. So we bring senior leaders and senior thought leaders and change leaders into the classroom, and they don't only deliver cutting edge talks in terms of what the current industry trends are, something that expands your horizon, but what they also do is mentor our students in terms of what they should be doing in order to have a successful career in academia. So I think that sort of delivers a complete package. So technology focus, strategy focus, leadership focus, which is the academic part, supplemented by career support services and industry, embedding the industry into the curriculum, ensures that you are within 18 months prepared to taste success within the industry. Uh, the entire effort of IMT Ghaziabad is to ensure that our executive students get a very enriching experience throughout their 18 months. So there's a lot of activities that you can do yourself. So, for example, we have alumni relationship committees, we have entrepreneurship and innovation committees, we have different kinds of committees which you can be a part of, which you can use to develop your own projects, develop your own initiatives, and that is what something that is something that good B schools do. They allow you a platform to actually take initiatives, and many of our students have actually done so. For example, I can give you an example is that uh, a couple of the workshops that we run on the program, one of which is called design thinking. So design thinking today is a sought after skill within the market, because it's not just an ability, but it's a mindset, right? It's a creative thinking mindset. So, one of the students now has come to us and said, why don't we create a design thinking competition which aims at solving sustainability issues? So we try to support such kind of initiatives, because it is not just about developing leaders for the future, but we want to develop leaders who are aware of issues that today's world faces, which are sustainability related issues, which are ESG related issues, so which are ethical issues. So there's a lot of focus on these elements as well, because we just don't want to create transformational leaders, but we want to create leaders who are conscious and responsible in terms of what decisions they take in this world as well. And that is something I think that sets IMT Ghaziabad's graduates apart from the rest of the B schools that you might you might see or in in India. So this has been this is what I can say are some of the key aspects of the program. These are some highlights of the program. I will just like to share with you before I open it up to everyone for questions. I would just like to share with you some statistics about our placements, which will give you an idea of how well we have done. So let me give you an example. Okay, so pre-MBA, before joining this program, the average CTC of our graduates, of our students, is around, let's say, 9 lakhs, right? By the time they finish this program, their average CTC is 21.37 lakhs. So you can see that the kind of value addition we do, the kind of increase in average CTC. uh, Year on year, for example, we have shown, for example, in 2020, the average CTC of the batch was around 15 lakhs. In 2021, the average CTC is now 21.37 lakhs. So it shows that we are doing better and better. The industry is recognizing the strengths of our program more and more, and that has translated into higher average CTCs for our for candidates who are there on our program. So the highest package, as I said, this year was 40.8 lakhs per annum, and the median CTC was 20.52 lakhs. The highest CTC hike year on year was 155%, and the average CTC hike year on year was around approximately 50%. I would also like to give you an overview that uh, consistently we have started placing more and more of our graduates into senior management roles. So, for example, while in 2019 only 32% of our graduates came in from top management or middle management, we ensured that by the time they finished the program, 100% of them were in middle to top management. The same story in 2020, people come in majority, 58% of people came in from lower management. By the time they finished this course, all of them were transitioned into middle management. This year, for example, in 2021, 59% came from lower management. We made sure that 95% of them were placed in middle management, and this year we even cracked 5% into the top management. So, for example, people serving at these senior management level as well. So we are showing and demonstrating within this program our ability to actually enhance your career. So it is quite a tangible impact that this program has on your career. So this is some of the statistics I wanted to tell you. So if you want to know who some of our top recruiters are, our some of our top recruiters are Accenture Strategy, Accenture Operations, HSBC, Samsung, Tata Click, KPMG, Dr. Otkar, Mahindra Finance, Infosys, Tata Trusts, Muglix, Deloitte, Genpact, Wipro, Tata Consultancy Services, Porter, L&T Infotech, Logit One. These are only a delivery. These are only some of the examples of the top recruiters who recruit from this program. So I think that what I really wanted to say is that this is a serious program. This is about an 18-month intensely intense but very rewarding journey. That's why we call it an accelerated MBA, because within 18 months the kind of value addition and ROI that we provide is almost, we can say, very very attractive. That makes us a very very attractive proposition compared to to some of our peer institutions. And with the kind of academic rigor and the support services that we provide you in order to really achieve your career goals, is something that sets us apart, which is the distinctive character of this particular program, I would say. So it's not just about academia, it's about building up a cohort. So the people who come into this program, they become friends for life. This network remains with you throughout your life. Every year when we have our alumni reunion, we see how, not only see how successful our alumni has been, our past alumni has been, but we see that they come back and they remember each other, and they remember what a positive impact IMT Ghaziabad has had on their careers. So if you are a graduate or if you are an experienced professional with minimum 5 years of experience who's looking for to fast track their career elevation or looking for career transition, I would say this is the kind of program which is perfect for you. Which is accelerated in nature. You are just spending 18 months into the B school, but also you're getting the flavor of what it means to be in a top B school because this is a full-time residential program. So, I would really urge you to get in touch with us, ask us more questions, and and we will make sure that whatever career goals that you may have, we will be the sort of support that will really help you progress to the next level in your career. So that's it from me. I'll hand it over to our moderator at this point, who would like to probably put through some of the questions that we may have from our audience.
Anand, you can moderate some questions from the YouTube.
Your future career. So, sir, we have several questions on the side that one person has said that he has more than 10 years experience in mining industry and is requesting if we can go through the PGP EX at IMT for a career change from operations to consultancy firm.
Yeah, that's a very good question. I think, of course, certainly, one of the things that I would like to say that I think this year, if we look at the placement statistics, almost 40% of our batch was placed in consulting roles. So, consultancy companies have really found that our graduates have the right kind of skill sets, that are required in their industry. And one of the reasons why a lot of our students get placed in consulting roles is because we are very, very careful when we pick them up, when we select them onto our program. So it's not just about having experience, but what kind of experience you've had, what kind of a progression you've had, what kind of achievements you've had, and whether with going through the program you will be able to actually translate some of this experience into innovation or new insights and new perspectives for the industry. So someone with 10 years of experience in mining, I think that's quite a lot of rich experience in a sector which is, I would say, underserved compared to some of the better sectors such as FMCG or any other. So somebody who has this kind of niche experience, I would say that it is certainly possible for them to transition from a manufacturing background into consulting roles, because one of the things consulting companies look for is that they want people who have robust knowledge about their industry, and also they have the ability to work with the management tools and techniques. So while the executive program provides you with the management tools and techniques, your own experience is going to go a long way in terms of helping you secure that role. So if you the kind of experience that you suggest you have, I think certainly this kind of program we have in the past been successful in changing careers of people. I'll just give you one example. The head of my placement told me that last year we had a student who came from a tea plantation background. So he was into manufacturing over there, and he converted a role in IT consulting. So what I'm saying is not far fetched. If you have the right kind of profile, we can help you transition careers into the sectors that you want to. Example, the head of my place.
So another question we have is uh, if there a specialization in finance in the PGDM ExP program?
Yes. So one of the good things that we have done is that we've increased the number of streams in which we our students can specialize. So the term 5 of our program is what we call as a customization term, wherein you can opt up to 10 credits, in terms of electives, that allow you to specialize into any particular domain that you want to. So some of the areas which are offering specializations in the EXP program are information management and analytics, supply chain management, logistics and distribution, marketing management, strategy, human resource management, and finance. So these are the six areas in which you can specialize. Each area, what they do is each department offers up to 7 electives, and you can pick up to 5 electives. So, for example, if you want to specialize only in marketing, you can pick 5 electives from marketing. Some other students, what they might want to do is they might want to pick up 3 electives from marketing and 2 from strategy. They can do that as well. Or some graduates who would like to just have a general, MBA focus. What they would like to do is, they might want to pick one course from each area. Right? They might pick one from marketing, one from operations, one from strategy, etc. So we have certain criteria for that. For example, there needs to be a minimum strength in each department in order to offer that area, in order to offer that elective. But yes, finance electives are offered as a specialization in this program.
Yeah. So another one was that, is there any career development support associated with this program?
Yes, certainly, and that is something that really sets us apart. So we have a dedicated cell, in our placement office, which does a lot of things in order to provide you career services support. So as I was saying, we run a few workshops like profile mapping workshop, resume building workshop. So you might think, wait a second, I'm an experienced professional. Why do I need profile mapping and resume building? But this is just to sort of stretch your imagination beyond what you may know. So what are some of the roles that your profile you can with your profile you can aspire to go and take? If you're looking for transition, then based on the current competencies that you have on your CV, what kind of transitions you may want to look for. So the profile mapping and resume building workshops happen very early in the term, very early in the program, because at the very beginning of the program we want you to start thinking about what kind of roles you would want to take. So these are some examples of career services support that we provide. We also provide one-to-one coaching in terms of with industry leaders, with our alumni, who can interact with you in order to guide you towards the kind of career that you want to develop. We also bring in a lot of industry leaders to talk to you about what the current trends in the industry are, and that is something that can help you identify what kind of roles you want to pursue. Even during the placement process, what we do is we make sure that we give you 100% support. So at that time, we put you in touch with industry mentors, we put you in touch with senior professors who are industry practitioners, so that you can discuss with them your CVs, the kind of roles and what those roles might involve. So this is all a part of the interview preparation process. Even during the interview preparations, we run a lot of mock interviews. We give you support in terms of, how is it that you can really elevate yourself and make sure that when you sit into that interview, you are the best version of yourself. So there are several such initiatives that we take throughout the program in order to give you that kind of assistance or support, which will enable you to take the kind of role that you desire.
So another question is, why has the duration of the course increased this year? The last year, this program was of 15 months, which was 12 plus 3 for 3 months for live project. This year, it has been made 15 plus 3 months. So what is the change in the curriculum that has increased the duration?
So the increase in duration is because of the changes in AICTE regulations. So as I said, this particular program is AICTE and AACSB accredited. That means we have a national as well as an international accreditation, which talks volumes about the quality of this program. So this is basically quality assurance, right? So, and because we are AICTE accredited, we have to comply with their requirements. And AICTE now requires every executive program to be at least of 18-month duration, and it needs to be so 18 months. So what we did was we took this chance in order to ensure that we do, for example, a lot of other B schools, what they did was they changed their program from a PGDM to, let's say, a PGPM or a PGP something, which meant that they could keep it for 15 months. But one of the things that IMT Ghaziabad strategically stuck to is that we wanted all our programs to be PGDM. So PGDM means the postgraduate diploma in management. This is the best possible qualification that you may have. It is unmatched, right? So that nobody in India or abroad can ever refuse a PGDM degree or not recognize a PGDM degree. So we wanted that, because the moment we keep it PGDM, that means there is a certain level of quality, there's a certain level of rigor in the program. So that meant that we had to increase the program duration from 15 to 18 months. But I would like to clarify at this stage that it is not just to comply with AICTE that we have increased the duration, but that's why we re-looked at everything. So when we designed the program again, we talked to a lot of stakeholders. We talked to industry, we talked to our recruiters, we talked to subject matter experts, we talked to our alumni, and we take their insights. We study a lot of industry data, our placement data, and all these insights go into the design process of the program. So, and all this suggested that if we are getting to put in extra 3 months, then there is a lot of new content that we can add into this program as well. So some of the content that I was speaking about, so for example, the increased technology focus, bringing in courses like operational excellence, business analytics, the digital transformation, bringing in courses such as for workshops such as data science, fintech, design thinking, and corporate entrepreneurship. So we try to fill it up, fill those 3 months up with content which is extremely sought after by the industry, which is going to help you develop, professionally, even to a larger extent. So this is something that we ensured, right? And you need to remember that in this program there is also an element of international immersion. So you spend up to 5 weeks abroad, yeah, with one of our international partners. So our international partners are very highly reputed. They are FT ranked universities, usually triple accredited. That means they are AACSB, AMBA, and ExP accredited. So it is a compulsory thing. All the participants on my program, they have to go abroad for a term, and they study what is cutting edge in that particular university. And during that time, you'll also spend time in company visits. You will undergo company visits. You'll do company projects. You'll do cultural visits, etc. And that also helps you to develop global perspectives. So it's not just about increasing the length of the program from 15 to 18 months to comply with the regulator, but it's about what can we do in terms of adding further value to the candidates who will join this program, within those 3 months.
So there's been a question that how is the work experience counted for people working in merchant navy, as the job is not continuous and they might be spending 6 to 7 months on the ship and the next 4 to 5 months on vacation. So how is that
Yeah,
considered?
so merchant navy is quite a tricky one, because it's a job unlike any other, and it has it, and it's so. For example, the kind of work that you do for 6 months, the reason they give you a leave is because you are out at sea, you're facing the elements, so it's a very demanding job, and so we would still see when we say 5 years of work experience. We want to see what kind of achievement and progression that you had within those 5 years. So somebody who has just got 5 years of experience on the paper, there's no guarantee that they will get onto the program. But if you are a standout performer, if you are someone who has consistently performed and progressed in your career in those 5 years, if you show promise in terms of after completing this program, you can really have a successful career, then it doesn't matter which industry or a sector you come from. You will be welcome on this program. So in terms of merchant navy, what I would like to say is that you would have to share your profile with us, and we will obviously calculate it in terms of 5 years. So despite having to spend some time at home during those 5 years, that is not because you have actually quit your job or anything. It's just the way that particular job is designed. It's designed to have you 6 months at sea and 6 months at home. And that is because of the demands and the rigor of that job. So we will certainly look at it from a normal perspective. But yes, the other criteria such as career progression, etc., the impact that you've had in your role will also apply.
So another question has been that the prospectee has been working with his father in his pharmacy store for 5 years. Is he also eligible for the program?
So family business is something that is quite tricky for us to evaluate. It's not in no way we say that experience from family businesses is something that we do not consider. We certainly consider. Me personally, my doctorate is within the area of family business strategy. So I am really keen on how the kind of work that family business leaders do. I would certainly welcome people who belong to family businesses to apply on this program. But what we would really need is that you need to serve in an official capacity. You need to be a director in your company. You need to have, a documented evidence of what kind of role you performed. You need to have a documented evidence of what kind of decisions you took that had a transformational effect on your organization, and what you have done in order to evolve your family business. And maybe it's about diversification, it's about expansion, it's about overhauling the cash flow, or you're looking at new ways of credit to finance the growth of your business. So we would look at the profile like we look at any other, but we would really want to see the kind of evidence that that of you having a real impact on the organization. So and we would also we would not discourage anyone who belongs to a family business from applying to this program. Only thing I would say is, if you have the right kind of profile, I would say it is worth applying on this program.
So the next question is the industry live project equivalent to internship? If yes, then is it paid?
The Industry Life project is the last 3 months of this program, right? It is an academic requirement. It is worth 6 credits, right? So it is not something that you need to view, or you should view from a payment perspective. So this is not an internship. So for example, in our full-time program, the 2-year program, there is a internship which is a part of the curriculum, right? But here, because you come from an experience background, we don't need to give you an internship. So it is not an internship. It's a live project, industry based, work based project that you undertake. Now it depends on every case whether this time will be paid or not, right? So a lot of our consulting projects are paid, a lot of them are actually pro bono, a lot of the management projects may be paid, a lot of them may be pro bono. But the reason why I'm stating this is because I'm being very transparent. But at the same time, most of our corporate partners, our project partners, they do provide some sort of incentive or some sort of a stipend for you when you do your project. So, for example, I will give you an example. One of the short-term projects that our current batch is doing is for a London-based company, and it's just a short 1 month project, but they are giving a few £100 to our students for all the work that they are doing. So we try to ensure that our students get paid for the roles that they undertake, in terms of short-term projects or consulting projects or management research projects. So we try to ensure that there is some sort of stipend attached to it. But at the same time, a lot of times, there are certain projects which are just too valuable, which are just too heavy in terms of learning, wherein you might not just want to refuse them because they don't attach a stipend alongside it. And look, the other thing I would say is that the entire program is 18 months duration, right? So it doesn't matter, whether you get paid during the couple of months of project. For me, what is more important during the project is that whether you've learned something out of it, whether you've had an impact, and whether you've done a good job. Because once you are crossed over 18 months, you are anyways placed into the industry with a good package, that and which is evident from some of the placements highlights that I just gave away a few minutes ago. So the money will come in, but at the same time, I would say that we try to make sure that these projects have a stipend attached to it.
So another question is there any difference in degree we get and the degree given to the 2-year students?
There is no difference. That is the beauty of this particular program, isn't it? Because that's why we ensured that we remained a PGDM degree, that is a postgraduate diploma in management. and the strength of this degree is you can say equal to the 2-year program that we have. That is why all our programs now are categorized as PGDM. So whether I give you a PGDM in an accelerated format in 18 months or in a 2-year format, it still has the same academic rigor. The only reason why the format is different is that, look, in the 2-year program, you will find more freshers, or you will find people with 1 or 2 years of experience. So the kind of conversations you may have in the classroom, the kind of pedagogy they may use is different. But for someone who has come with at least 5 years of work experience, they have tasted the work environment, they have tasted some success, they've developed some skills in the industry, they've developed perspectives in the industry. So when these kind of people sit into the classroom environment is slightly different. So it's more focused on peer learning. It's more focused on discussions. It is more focused on case study based learning. It is more focused on having lively talks within the classroom, etc. So so the method is different. The pedagogy is different, but the academic rigor and the strength of the degree is the same. That's why all our programs are PGDM programs.
So the previous question of the guy with working with his father in the pharmacy, he has asked again on how he can show the evidence of what he has done in the store, even if he has done a lot.
So when you do an application, there is a statement of purpose that you need to write as a part of your application, and that statement of purpose is the vehicle which you can use in order to prove what kind of an impact you've had on your organization. And so that should be the starting point. But also, if you're then called to the interview, that is also the chance for you to really highlight what kind of an impact you've had in your organization.
So another question is, while recruiting, does the companies keep no gap year between job, etc., as eligibility criteria for appearing in the interviews?
We do not, we generally try to ensure that there is no career gap when we select our candidates. If you have a continuous work experience, that is something that is preferable to us. But for example, somebody with 8 years of experience, if they've had a year gap because of reasons unforeseen, like a lot of people had to suffer a career gap for a year because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, does that mean that they are professionally incapable or something? It's not like that at all. So a lot of things happen unintentionally. Sometimes they are not by design. So I would not say that we discourage people with gap years in their experience. But it all depends on the kind of profile. So if, for example, you might have a gap year in your in the 6 years that you might be working, there might be other evidence which proves that you're an exceptional professional. So if you're an exceptional professional with a year gap, it doesn't matter to us. When we look at profiles, 5 years of work experience is the minimum eligibility criteria, along with the entry score, right? But what we then look for is what kind of an impact you have had as a professional, what kind of achievements and progression you've had as a professional, and what kind of promise you hold to succeed after completing this program. So it doesn't matter if you've had a gap year, but you're an exceptional candidate.
So another question which came up now is, do we need to give recommendation letter from our organization? If yes, what is the content of that letter?
You need the content of the letter of recommendation is obviously, it's up to different companies what they want to write in their letter of recommendation. But when companies write a letter of recommendation, they usually would like to highlight some of the key achievements that you've had during your tenure in that organization. So we would really appreciate that. Any extra documents that you supply, for example, a letter of recommendation, will always be helpful to us. But what we really look at is your how you perform in the leadership potential test, how you perform in the interview, how well have you written your statement of purpose. These are some of the things that we look for, because these are designed to select the right kind of candidate. So it is about this. So more than a letter of so if somebody might have an exceptional letter of recommendation, but if they do not perform well in the interview, you might not get in just based on the letter of recommendation. So I'm saying that it is a good supplementary document to have, but it's about how you perform in the interview process, the leadership test, the interview, the statement of purpose, etc. That is what would really, I would suggest is what you need to focus on.
So another question which came up, expenses of the international immersion program is self-sponsored, or IMT also shares some expenses?
So all the fees of the international immersion are included in your fee structure, right? And all the travel, etc., will be paid by IMT. So the only thing you might have to bear is some of the cost. So, for example, when you are having classroom sessions, we make sure that we provide you breakfast, we provide you lunch. But usually, you might have to pay for dinners, or you might have to pay for your food during the weekend, because this falls outside the classroom hours. So, but majority of it, the travel cost, the insurance cost, the cost of studying, everything is included in your fees.
So it's is there any career development support associated with this program?
Yes. So as I said sometime before, there's several things that we do in order to provide you with the career support. We do profile mapping workshops. We do resume building workshops. We provide you with alumni mentorship series wherein you can interact with our alumni one-on-one in terms of discussing what kind of roles you might want to have. We also provide you coaching through industry leaders who you can interact with. So if you, for example, want to get into the in a sector in the role of a key account manager. So we will put you in touch with a key account manager in terms of what are the expectations and deliverables of that role. So we try to use our legacy, our alumni base, our industry connect and corporate partners in order to provide you with all the support that you would need in order to get the kind of role that you would want. And at the same time, as I said, when the placement process starts, there's a lot of preparation that we help you undergo. So we try to help you develop pitches, we try to help you develop structured responses. So there's a lot of support, and the fact that we've ensured 100% placement in the last 2 years may goes on to state that we go over and above and beyond in order to provide you with the kind of support that will help you land the kind of role that you desire.
So then there have been general questions about the eligibility criteria of like what is the minimum GMAT score, and if there is any exam held by IMT for this program, and the CAT score for the previous batch, minimum CAT score required.
So a lot of this information, for example, is there on our website. So if you go on to imt.edu /admissions /PGDM ExP, you will see that all the information that you've just asked me is present on that website, and it really has a lot of key information there. So, for example, if I need to talk about the general eligibility criteria, we accept graduates in any discipline with minimum 50% marks in aggregate. As I said, you need to have minimum 5 years of experience after graduation as on 30th of September 2022. We do shortlisting. We accept exams such as CAT 19 to 21, ZAT 20 to 22, or GMAT, which is taken between October 2018 and September 22. So when it comes to cutoff, we don't really, get this out into the market. So the cutoffs vary every year. So, for example, if this year we are, if we get profiles which are consistently crossing, let's say, for example, 650 score in GMAT or 600 score in GMAT, then obviously what happens is collectively, in relative terms, the cutoff goes up. So that's why I never like to state any particular cutoff. But if what I would really suggest is that make the application. If you're fitting the minimum criteria such as 50% graduation and 5 years of work experience, and as long as you've got a CAT, ZAT, GMAT score, I would say make the application. Do not worry about the cutoff, because it is relative. It is not absolute, right? And it is something that changes every year. And unfortunately, I cannot let you know that now. You can only find out after making the application. So if you're really interested in this program, I would say that go ahead and apply.
So further, we shall wait for 2 more minutes of any further questions, then we can.
Sure.
Anand, is there any further questions?
No, we don't have any further questions as of now.
All right. So, thank you very much to those who joined us today. I would urge you all that, if you have more questions, you can always get in touch with our team, our admissions team at IMT Ghaziabad. I would really urge you all to go and check out our page on www.imt.edu. And you can check out the page of PGDM ExP program, which is the PGDM Accelerated PGDM Experience Professionals program. A lot of questions will be answered if you just go through that particular web page. Our admissions team is very, very welcoming of questions. So if you have any questions of the nature that you asked me today, you can always dial into our numbers, and we will provide you all the information that you need. On the closing remarks, I would just suggest that if you are meeting our eligibility criteria, make an application. Don't worry about whether my profile will be selected, whether I would have the cutoff or not. Every year the cutoff changes, etc. And you never know whether your profile is exceptional or not unless and until you apply and have it evaluated against all the other applications. So I would really urge you to make an application. This is a very intensive program. It's a power packed, as I said, and because it has undergone several changes this year, it has, as I said, it's revitalized, it's re-energized, and it's really upgraded. So as to say. So I would really suggest that find out more about this program via our website. This is a program that will give you a very good ROI. As I said, our highest package has been 40 lakhs. Our average median salaries are 21 lakhs. We have some of the most amazing professors in the world. We have got world-class faculties who are industry practitioners, scholars, people with a lot of experience. We ensure that there's a lot of innovation that has gone into designing this program in terms of how you learn and how we assess you, etc. And there's a lot of flavor attached to it with international immersion and the live projects and the Industry Connect series and the alumni mentorship. If you're really interested in fast tracking your career, I think this is a program that you would like to find out about more. And I would really welcome you to apply on this program, and we look forward to you joining us, for a rewarding and successful journey. So thank you very much.